Have you ever had a difficulty in applying things that you've learned? You read a lot of things, consume a lot of content, self help, but it seems like it's really difficult to apply what you've learned to actually do that thing because that's what I face. And after applying this thing, what we call slight edge principle, it has changed my life in how I look at things, how I can apply things, and to make it easier for me to create success, create the life that I want with the knowledge that I have. So the slight edge principle is things that is easy to do and also easy not to do. It's very simple, low resistant activity, but because it's also easy not to do, we tend not to do that. And in one day time, you won't see any difference, but after a year or 9 months, you will see the big improvement that you've had, because the graph of this light age is not totally linear. In the first, when you're first starting, it really slow and slow and slow, and then it goes higher, and then at certain point it will increase dramatically, or what we call the same principle as compound interest, because the first, when you have low or small amount of money, it will take time for it to be compounded, and after a certain time it will compound it really crazily. And that's what I've noticed. And why we do this slight ish, because it is easy to do. And the first time we need to have this conscious awareness that we're doing this, because it's easy not to do, so we tend to forget as we being busy with life. That's why when we ask ourselves across the day, are we doing the sluggish activity, and then we go back to it, and it becomes a habit. Once it becomes a habit, it becomes automatic because it's easy to do. You won't think too much about doing that. It's simply your new habits. You become a new person totally, and that's what I've noticed. And also on this sluggish, right, there is also error in judgment, things that we do that not creating change, not creating impact immediately, but this is the error judgment. The more you do that, and it's compounded into the everlasting failure that we don't want to be in, but because we're not noticing it right away, we think it's okay to do that. And that's what we want to be careful of. So that's what I want to point out also. And the example that I'm using this slight edge principle is working out. Every morning I do 12 to 50 minutes body weight workout. It's simple and same exercise every day. I don't vary it, because I think if I want to create a habit, I want to make it same. I don't want to have different variation. For example, when I brushing my teeth, I don't vary my hand movement. It's all the same movement, so I do the same for this exercise in the morning, and I don't feel any resistance anymore. And I've been doing this for a year now, and my body is in the great shape, and I like to feel this way, and my energy also really really high. And the next thing is studying. I study a lot every day. I try to at least study for 10 minutes, and what I found is I get certificate. I When in meeting, I can understand the terms that they're using simply by all this study. And the third example I want to share is, it's not related, it's more of a challenge that I want to do by using this slide edge, because the face of this slide edge is consistency. So I want to use that consistency. Is it working? So there is the food delivery challenge. If I deliver 120 delivery, then I get 500 bonus. So I want to do that. I think about, or in a month, 120 orders. So I do four. With the consistency, I do all four every day, and I managed to hit 120 orders while working full-time job, while learning and doing all the stuff. So that's why I think Slide Edge is very powerful. And one thing that we need to have is patience, because it really takes patience when you don't see any result right away. But just trust yourself that it will happen, because that's what I've seen in my life. And when you start doing that, you will see that evidence after a year. It will take more, maybe more than that. If you're patient with it, you will reap a great result. Thank you.